where are you going with all of that baggage in life? I am trying to go to Italy. I'm attending the Bologna Children's Book Festival all by myself. And in case you haven't noticed, I do not have a personal valet, nor do I have a car waiting for me when I arrive in Milan. Now, there are a couple of things I have to decide on. If I want to go away and if I want to go somewhere, I really have to minimize my baggage. Here's one thing I don't need, the Barbie bag can stay home. The next thing I don't need is the famous winter coat I wrote about last year when I was on tour in New York City. The coat that takes a full 12 minutes to get dressed into. I have a great all-weather coat. It travels lightly, and I have one warm sweater that goes underneath it. So this is it. Thirdly, after all the shopping I did looking for the ideal computer, I have decided that I can go to an internet cafe. This too can stay home. This is what I need to take my business trip to Italy and enjoy myself. Now, how does this relate back to you? Every single one of us has excess baggage in our lives. I have been loaded with my own. Fortunately, though, I have figured out in some ways how to mitigate my baggage. I can go through things that really are no longer serving me. I can start making value judgments based on what I'd like to carry along with me and what I don't. Just to give you a few quick examples, I've always loved dogs, but the dogs that we had that were gigantic refused to stay with anyone else, which meant years ago my husband and family, we would have to take separate vacations, otherwise leave the poor dogs home crying. When our last dog died, I made a decision not to go out and buy another one. The second thing that hopefully you can relate to is this. My husband and I always wanted to do something unique. We happened to live in suburbia. We had a rather large home with an overhead. We made a decision a number of years ago to get rid of the big house, move to something smaller, something that had less work involved in it. And had we not been willing to separate ourselves from a lot of the baggage that we used to have years ago, we would never be in a position to be able to do what we're doing today in the entertainment industry. So we've essentially let go a lot of baggage, and here we are getting somewhere else. In my case, I'm on my way to Milan. I hope you've enjoyed this today, and I hope that some of what I've shared with you will relate back to your life. This has been Maura with Maura4u telling you, get rid of some of that excess baggage.